What is going on right now is military base or no military base, Christian killing in Nigeria, Donald Trump saying, oh, Nigeria, I'm not happy with you. I'm going to come. I'm going to move everybody. What do you have to say about all those things?
Well, my position in it is that Donald Trump spoke as the president of a country. And I think our president should engage him. Okay. Maybe America is a sophisticated country. Yes. Maybe there's something they know we don't know. Me and you are not seeing what made him to take that decision. I personally will engage. If I was president, I will engage him. Okay. If what he's saying is happening, help us. If it's not happening, help us. Because we actually have insecurity problem. Serious one that is devastating us. Why don't we engage? It's not to be calling any paid tout to be replying. It's not every street person in America that said it. Yeah. It was said by a president of the biggest country in the world, number one country. Yes. I will engage him. I will plead with him. I will even ask to visit him. So he can guide, so we can work together. You see, in politics, in life, Nedwa said, don't be scared of bad news. Engage, consult, discuss. That is what his life is all about. Nedu, somebody can call you a thief. The first is to examine yourself. Am I a thief? If by the time you check, you've not stolen anything, you can talk and say, baby lawyer, why did you call me a thief? So when Donald Trump makes a comment, what we're supposed to do is to sit down as a nation, call the leaders together, because we're a country. His statement is about our country. We should come together as a family. When somebody says, your family are bad family, I'm going to deal with your family. You call your family and say, this person said this about us. Let's examine ourselves first. Let's ask ourselves questions and respond as a family. Oh, we are not as bad as you think. Or if it is happening, we are trying to settle it. We are trying to sort it out. Is there any way you can help us to settle it? It is not for any, even some people say, oh, Peter Obi should respond. How? What am I responding for? What is my purpose in it? Peter Obi is a citizen of Nigeria. If I was president, I would invite even other party leaders. Together we sit down and find a response. We are not behaving as organized people. We should be organized. We have Ministry of Foreign Affairs, tall building, with tons of capacity. They should come together, put their thinking cap, and say, this is how we are going to respond. It is not for any small person to be tweeting and even calling names. No. Organization. Critical.
Well, this Donald Trump thing that he's saying, America, they know this thing. This genocide, it's been happening for 15 years. Why now? Why not talk since? He was the president before. He now come back now. All of a sudden now, oh, we are gonna come and
rescue the Christians.
Well, that is why I said engagement.
So there must be a reason why.
Consultation, because if we go into it, you can even prove to somebody and say, this is not happening, or it's happening, or whatever we can do to make it work. Simple. We must learn to consult. For me, it's about discussion.
Now, what Peter Obi just said there is extremely important. His response to Trump's comments and the reports of a Christian genocide in Nigeria wasn't emotional, it wasn't defensive, it was strategic. He wasn't arguing about whether Trump was right or wrong. He went straight to the one thing that actually matters: competent diplomatic engagement. But that immediately raises a bigger question. Is Nigeria even prepared for that kind of serious engagement? Because right now, the answer doesn't look encouraging. One of the strongest points Obi made, indirectly, is the clear difference between a country that handles crisis with strategy and one that handles crisis with propaganda. While the US issued strong statements, warnings, and designations, what were our government doing? No engagement, no clarification, no presenting of evidence. Instead, they were sending their spokespersons to the media and paying influencers to trend hashtags, attack the reports, and reframe the narrative. Let's break this down for a second. A security and humanitarian crisis was met with a media PR war. That alone should worry everyone. But look at the timing. For over a year, Nigeria literally had no ambassadors in many major countries, including the United States. All 109 ambassadors had been recalled, meaning that when the international pressure hit, we weren't represented by actual ambassadors, but by chargés d'affaires, who simply don't have the authority or influence needed for high-level diplomatic engagement. So how exactly are we supposed to have the serious, plausible engagement Obi is calling for when our diplomatic seats were empty and our response strategy was to unleash propagandists and paid content creators? It's unserious, it's embarrassing, and it's dangerous. What Obi is really pointing out is that diplomacy isn't a press release. It's not a counter-narrative. It's not tweeting rebuttals at a US president. Diplomacy is architecture, it's structure, it's continuity. And this administration abandoned that structure for over a year. You cannot effectively combat terrorism, address religious violence, or manage Nigeria's global reputation when your embassies are operating without ambassadors. You cannot deny statistics that the world can verify. You cannot replace strategic engagement with what is basically a digital shouting match. Obi didn't deny the crisis. He acknowledged the brutal reality. Thousands have been killed, communities wiped out, families displaced. It's not something you spin, it's something you address. Obi's message is clear, painfully clear. Nigeria doesn't just have a security problem. Nigeria has a competence problem. And the official response to this whole issue proved it. A security structure that couldn't defend the country. A government too distracted to engage, and a media strategy that focused more on arguing with Trump online than confronting terrorists on ground. The takeaway from Obi's perspective is simple. You cannot manage international perception with paid hashtags. You cannot govern a 21st century nation with 19th century methods. Competence is not a buzzword. It's the difference between stability and collapse. Until competence leads the way, Nigeria will remain in the same crisis. If you find this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop your reaction in the comments. Thank you for listening.